live, back at it. Time for my game, a good game. I'm not gonna fuck around with the Contra. Gonna make up for my Mega Man 3 pick. We're going Kirby's Adventure, 1993. Come on.
This is Larry, video game replay. Tonight we're playing Kirby's Adventure.
Kirby's Adventure. Let's go. Totally played a little demo. Played a couple levels earlier in the week. Just to try it out. I did learn that those little M tomato things give you full reset, so I did not know that at first, so I was kind of just skipping over them. Don't talk to me. I'm done. Fuck. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh. There we go. Totally just wasted that, man.
Absorb all your enemies and use their powers against them. Remember, Aidan said he liked that slide mechanic in Mega Man. I wonder if you ever figured out it's here. Alright, go in here, make it to the bottom, push A, all the way to the top. Oh, extra left. Oh, yeah. Or hop, skip, fizz, or whatever leaf it is. Boom. Boom, kaboom.
Level 1 vegetable value, let's get it. Okay. Day of the life in Aidan on an average day. This is really what he goes through. You get the controls back down. It's been a few weeks since I played it. I was experimenting around. The big sucker. There we go. Beam. Come on, bro. It's too easy. Probably gonna beat the whole damn game in like 10 minutes. Come on, let me hit the cha-cha on you. Fuck. So bad at this. Nah, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not. I'm gonna get a number 1 tonight for sure. Over the curve, watch this. 2 lives right here. Bingo. Bingo. Boom! 2 fucking lives. Let's fucking go. Bonus? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I don't even have a power up for this fella. Die. Bang. To quote Aidan in his own game, that's baby shit. Give me that crash power. Oh, shit. Fuck. It's got a one-time use. Do this every damn time.
Give me that M-Mater. Okay. Oh, this was badass. Like an anime character. Oh, that's like the best I've done so far on that. Just too easy, man. Give me a challenge here, Curb. I mean, for real. This is a dangerous territory here. 1 health. You fucking fish, bro. I'll take it. Come on, man. Little mini boss? It's a piece of cake there.
The sword can be like Future Trunks. bottom, push A, all the way to top. Oh, I really thought I had that one. Press and hold A. Come over to the Kirby you want to pick up. Drop down. I don't think I'm going to go home with this one, but we'll see. Big giant Kirby all blown up. And nope. Oh. If you get the big one, it's 2 up. If you get the little one, it's 1 up. Drop him on his head. Woo. Puffballs. I do like the fireball. Oh, boo. On push A, all the way to the top. I think it's short too. That one felt short. My thing, my jam. We can fight this guy. I do that one ice cubes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this shit's OP as fuck. My part. Fuck, that always happens. Every time that always happens. Alright. Look at the... Just look at the curb dizzy on that thing. I know y'all saw that when he was swimming. That was cool. Come on, come on, come on. How did I not get past 5? It can't be that hard. Do dance curb, do dance curb. It's a fireball bit. Shit. Shit. No bueno. For the ice block, bitch. Sucker. Sucker. Take that, give me that. Freeze. Not gonna lie, this might be like one of the coolest variations of Kirby in this game. I already love the ability, but him just being blue is kind of cool. It's like a shiny Pokemon.
Oh shit. It's like the bomb guy. Okay, those hurt. That's nothing, that's baby shit. Give me real chow here, guys. I mean, come on. World 2, or Level 2, Ice Cream Island. I like it. Ooh, new challenger. Oh, that is lit. It's like, Meta Knight, or that one guy off Smash. Or that one rascal off Looney Tunes. If you know, you knew. The brown guy. Tasmanian Devil. Now I'm thinking with my head. Level 1, that's baby shit. That's walking in the park for me. You know what I also like? Reminds me of Ninjago. If you know, you know. Spinjitzu Master. Shout out Woo. Shout out the Green Ninja. If you know, you know. Oh, I don't know. If you know, you knew. Alright. A little bit of lag in the building. It's alright. Act like it didn't happen. Oh, shnikes. This is no good. Let me find out the gimmick. Alright, well, it's not that. I don't think you're supposed to just kill yourself right there. I mean, am I natural or what, guys? We got a Dodger on our hands. I mean, really? Alright, you pancake, ready to shoot? That's baby shit. So you better blow up.
I wonder if you could use that while you're moving. What you want, sucker? Want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. To the bottom, push egg. All the way to the top. Whoa. Good song. Alright, so here's your first boss. Get back, son. Ooh. Now I'm gonna dance on your grave. I don't need walk on your grave with that. You start really wrecked, son. Down the bottom, hit that. Not even sure. Oh, look at that. Easily hopped up there. I'm so tired because I'm going to fight a tire. That's a plus. I do like that you don't have to hit any of the cacti either.
Froze. Funk. Shit. That's fine. Come on. This song's so good. It's better than the Super Mario one. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Look at him frowning. Bitch made ass tree, bitch made ass tree. Come on now. Give me the one. Boom, boom, boom. That shit's so hard. Ice Cream Island, let's go. It's like really nice, but like really dog shit at the same time. It's fun and whimsical, but I don't know how like useful it is. Bro, there's no way I'm that bad at this. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. That dude flipped me off. Fuck! I ate a bomb. 5,000 bonus though, we're good on that. And he's still flipping me off, bro. What is with that? Button at one point. Give me that. Warp Star. Team Rocket's blasting off again! Oh yeah. Yep, get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Oh, I lied. Get fucked. Shit's so nice. Okay, you didn't even drop his thing? Look at that curb stomp. That's my new name for that.
Come on if I do. I'm like Zorro. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't know. If I underestimated you, Kirby's Adventure on the NES. Oh. I love a fun little arcade game. Oh my god, yeah, I cannot believe it. I'm pink right now. I just turned pink. What the hell? Fuck out of here. Oh, it is. I forgot Men and I was from this game. I totally mentioned it without thinking. Bro, I'm a noob. Don't roast me in the comments. Forget I said anything. I'm sticking my tongue out. I need to stop that. Probably look like a damn moron. Let's go. I just gotta kill all of them bastards. Booyah! That's what I'm talking about. Wait, my face is still totally pink. I think I might just have a pinkish hue. Is this the boss for the round, or is this like a little mini boss? I know, but he's easy as crud. You could say that again.
Aidan, and guess what? I'm still here. And guess what? 4. How did I get 2 on the first one kind of by accident, but I can't get higher? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's a good spot. Wink. Okay, maybe bad claw placement. Better roll up in there. Trust. It's only gotta go like an inch. What did I say? Oh, we need at least if we get 2. If we get less than 2, I'm a little pissed. But not the curb. I'm sure you guys have probably noticed by now. Probably the best curb player out of the 3 of us so far. As I messed around. But let's be real. I mean, I'm probably the best curb player out of the 3 of us. You've probably already seen it. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're good. The part's difficult sometimes. Okay. Fuck. I don't have any ability. Ooh. Bro. Unfortunate turn of events. Unfortunate turn of events. Was it personal? Yes. Success. This one trips me out a little bit. It's not my favorite. There we go. I'm good. Alright, we here. Still got 8 lives. We're good. Don't know how to get up there at all. Shit. Oh, I do remember this one. Gee, one more. How did one do so much damage, but now here he is. Boink. Bingo. This shit's legit. The mic is badass. I'm gonna save it. Actually, I might save it for the boss. Fuck the museum. I don't even need the museum.
Hey, catching game. Yay. Eat the eggs, not the bombs. I swear that flips you off. Yeah, it's not seriously like he's just like, oh. Oh god. I hate this thing. Meta Knight. Your fish is just stupid. You know what? Let's get the hell out of here. It ain't worth it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go down here, go to the bottom, hit A. All the way up. Number 1. Get some. Oh. But it's alright. Cause we gonna get a big ass Kirby and we gonna get some extra lives. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4. 4. 4 extra lives. Woo. You know, you know. If you don't, you need to go research the 4. I know what this one is. Just use the microphone. He's got a mustache, right?
But following a little pattern recognition, the boss level is on door 5 on the first island as well. So, Ice Cream Island, final level, possibly. There we go. Did I totally just shoot a tomato? Oh my god, I think I did. Maybe it was an apple. I want to say, that's your mind playing tricks on you. Damn it! Keep forgetting to push her. Totally seems like a boss level. Skipping right over you. Boss level. And we got Da Vinci over here. Oh my god, my laser does absolutely dog shit nothing. Alright, well. Forget you ever. Alright, I went for the cloud. Oh my god, and I trick shotted him on that one too. Let's go, boys! Butter Building. Very on the point name here. Very on the nose. There's a building made of butter. Let's go. Damn it, I keep on doing that. Wow, this is trippy as hell. Wow, that's trippy. I don't like that really at all, to be honest. Alright, spit your ladybugs at me, pussy. You're fucking baby shit, bitch. Pusha!
That's easy money. Can I just do that indefinitely? Tomato helpful though. Oh, that's the one. That's number 1. Oh my god, just a 2. You. Yep. Fuck, I hate this boss with a passion. It's maybe my arch nemesis. Fuck, it's gonna explode in me, pause. The umbrella's got a bitch too, because it tracks a little bit. Yes! It's fucking good! Fuck you, painter! Give me that. Come on, too easy. Didn't even struggle one bit. Go to the butter building. Damn, the range on that's insane. Wow, that scared the shit out of me. Possible? I'm not even gonna try for the other one. Oh shit, okay. Okay. Can't really afford a life loss. Okay. A fucking power driver instantly. Awesome. A hit as long as I can get that back and just shoot back again. There we go. Big dubs. Cause it's kind of dog shit. I would have been so mad if I'm not taking the Hulkamania fucking slam. I would have been so mad if that would have been like my last life and I died because of that. Dude, Dancy Dan.
Level 5. Begin. Some kind of superpower. At the bottom, all the way up. Oh, wow, that was a terrible one. Let's go. Oh, God. Enough. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Wow. Oh, this is the tower. Tower Juraka. Just the same. Super Saiyan. No. Oh, man. That straight pile drive right there. That'll piss you off. Pile drive me with a more big and stuff, huh? Some bitch. Eighth bottom, all the way top. All the way top.
What is lit? An RKO, anybody? Holy shit, I'm badass. That's what you're thinking, Curb? It's the type of timing he's on. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You want some? Let's go. Oh my god, I was totally 1 HP. I'm pink! Never mind. Let's go, team. Alright, you just put me down like a damn dog. You're nuttin'. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh, I was facing the wrong way. Oh my god! Give me a spiral, Johnny. Boom. Yeah. I was destined to lose on that one. Bro, like... How the hell I dodge that? Let's go. Oh. With 0 lives left. I got that wand, baby. Let's go. It's called determination. That's called willpower. It's called pure skill. Level 4, Grape Garden. I like it. Let's keep this rolling.
Here, I don't want it. Warp Star, don't even need a jump. Right in there. build we go. Fuck, boss fight. I chose the. Yeah, no, this over high jump for sure. My bright side, this should be it. Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. On that. Okay, yeah, we're cool. That's fine. It's a little bonus game. Dub. Yep. Give me that hammer. Pause. Alright, let's see. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Oh, fuck. All I have is high jump kick, and these bitches are hard. See, I can't even, like, I'm not even over there to catch the boomerang. If I would beat this with only this life left, I would be shocked. That's insanely unfortunate. This could be my number, honestly. This is difficult. It's tough. If there's a museum, I'm gonna try to go back. God, he does a good job playing some defense. No. Shit. Shit. Can't afford that. Shit. Really can't afford that. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? The Kirby Master.
Let's try to kill him. Oh, well, don't mind if I do. Drop a lot today. Get some. Made assuming I think this, God bless America. Let's do his ass on the second floor. On little motherfucker bars, run. That's fine, screw the knife. Come on, coconut boy. Coconut boy. Hammer time, hammer time. Fucking, oh god. This is not a fucking choice. Here it comes. I said it's getting on me to sleep, but that's alright. When you sleep this much of a badass. Alright, but yeah. That's enough. Everybody, have a great evening. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. This is Larry with Video Game Replays. Have a good night.
Damn it, I can't afford that right now. Let's go, team. Oh, this is a cool looking stage. Oh my god, that's dope as shit. Oh my god, I'm actually walking on thin ice here. Kirby's Adventure.
Alright, well, let's see if I can hold up in the garden. So I need like a 2 of the 2-ups would be so ideal from a claw machine. This is confusing as piss. Not that piss is confusing. Okay, there we go. That was nice. Little space level. The fuck? Doesn't gonna go very well for me, I feel like. I think it has multiple weapons attached, if I'm not wrong. If I remember correct. It's a ball? Ooh, this new one. Okay. Not loving it. Can't afford one of them spaceships to come at me right now. No way! We end on that note. That wasn't a bad run. Gotta call it quits. This is CJ. Here we are with Kirby coming back at you live. We got Larry, one of the co-hosts here.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? With me, I got Aidan.
Dilf in the building.
Boom,
Good
boom.
to get back to a good game here this week. We got to play Kirby's Adventure, got the dumb, stupid stuff out the way, and got to have some good fun. Before we get into it, or before anybody comments, we're gonna silence your comments there, guys. Before we get really too far into it, guys, done anything interesting this week? Aidan, what you kind of been into?
Well, not really shit at all, but I did get a water flosser, so I'm using that. Other than that, I've been playing BS6 a little bit, getting my grind on. Other than that, we have BO6, water flosser. I had some KFC a couple days ago.
Wow.
I hit a deer last episode, but I'm over it. Other than that, nothing else.
Sounds interesting enough. I mean, it's
Very
enough
eventful.
To make me Larry, you got anything to top off that exciting week?
I don't know. I don't know if I can overcome that. I mean, hell, I don't know. I went to see the doctor earlier this week. I had some numbness from the shoulders up, and it moved over to the front side. Being a big guy, that kind of shit scares you when you're my age. So, nothing too crazy. But hey, I got a prescription for muscle relaxers now, and I use them.
Life is good.
I mean, I don't. Being forklift certified, I know not to use them when I need to. But
Yeah.
like I said, in the evening times, yeah, I'm not abusing them. I'm definitely using them, and haven't had too many problems with that. Other than that, still just living in that dishwasher hell that I have not talked about in a while. But don't have a dishwasher. Still washing by hands.
Your new
Dishwashers
one?
are expensive. Oh, I'd tell you that. Okay, Reader's Digest version for everyone who's in this. Dishwasher broke. I got parts. Didn't work. Fuck it. I bought a brand new one. Didn't work out of the fucking box. Had a guy show up 2 days later, said, "Hey, I gotta get you a part. We'll have it in 2 weeks." As we are recording, we are now at 4 weeks and 1 day, and they stopped answering my fucking phone calls.
Did you already pay?
Really, What, the repair guy?
for the
It's part of
part.
the warranty, dude.
Oh
I don't
shit.
know if he has or not. They don't tell me, but I mean, it's like I said, it's a brand new one, dude. So it's under warranty. But the messed up thing is most box stores at this point have a 48-hour return policy on all their fucking appliances. So, needless to say, they know that they're selling shit because you have 48 hours from the time you pick it up to bring it back.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
unfortunate.
that's that's fucked up. But
That's scammy.
Yeah.
but but I did all the proper stuff. I got everything in line. I had to talk to 6 different people at this big box store, and they took it back. So I now have a big giant hole in my thing, and I'm trying to find a good dishwasher that I can place in it. But uh, I'm waiting till the weekend comes so I can actually get it in the AM, put it in, make sure it works. That way, because if it doesn't, I will take it back by the PM.
Within them 48 hours.
Yeah, well, it'll be back within 12 hours, and me cussing and carrying on. But I mean, it's just it's a terrible thing that we're getting such cheap shit anymore that they know the shit's no good, and the appliance makers know it's no good, and apparently aren't going out of the way to do anything about it. But outside of that,
Yeah.
not a whole lot really. Just playing video games and working and making that money.
No KFC.
No KFC this week, bro. Might actually happen tomorrow though. I got things to do, so I got places to
Listen,
be. So KFC might be the
I'll
answer.
tell you a deal,
Nice.
and it's a little pricey, but you'll get everything, and you'll be full as hell. It's on the app, but it's $20, but you get a 6 piece with I think it's a breast, 2 drumsticks, and 2 thighs, and a little wing. You get 4 biscuits and 4 sides. So you get 6 pieces of chicken, 4 biscuits, 4 sides for $20. I'm like,
It's not bad.
Damn.
how can you go wrong with that? I get a full belly. I get a little thigh I can eat in the middle of the night because I usually eat 5 pieces. So life is good.
Well, I'm definitely a breast guy, but I can appreciate a good thigh.
I agree. I'm a breast guy. You get more meat.
Absolutely.
Does Eric Cartman know about this deal, or is this something we're just gatekeeping from him?
Listen, I'm just saying. I didn't get this knowledge from the internet. I had my Cartman hookup. He contacted me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Sounds about right.
How you living, C, man? What's going on in your world?
Let me think. I mean, honestly, a lot of Black Ops 6 time. Call of Duty has been years since it's had my life under control, but here it is again. Having fun with it. Might not be the best. Having fun at least with it. And definitely put in a good bit of time over the weekend. Let me think. I went to a college basketball game for pretty cheap for them being a D1 school. I think it was like $8. I mean, it was pretty cool. Went with some people we knew, and a good game. Like, it looks like the team's gonna be cool this year, so that's cool because it's so close and so cheap. So that's nice. Other than that, I think probably the most exciting thing of my week was I might have thrown up in a B-dubs yesterday from drinking just a little bit. It was the bartender's fault. They ran out of my go-to, my Crown Apple. So I had 2 Crown Apple doubles, and then I was like, I'll try a blue Long Island iced tea. Well, one of them had a lot of syrup, and it kind of was like pure Jolly Rancher almost. And they're like, if you like it, you can have it. If you don't, I won't. Like, I'll make you a new one. It's no big deal. So I was like, well, I mean, there's still like I can't give up like 2.5 shots of liquor. So I started drinking it, and I drank like half of it. I'm like, oh man, I just can't do this. I had like one more. I'm gonna leave, and I'm about to walk out the door, and I'm like, let me just go to the bathroom real quick. Man, I felt so much better, but it made me nauseous. It was too tastes like you melted like a whole bag of blue Jolly Ranchers and just mixed it with like cut it with water. That's what it
Oh,
tasted
wow.
like. So maybe like cut it with Sprite, Kool-Aid. It was very sweet, but I'm alive and well today, and just counting down the
He's
days
a
to make this
survivor.
Thanksgiving trip.
I have a little update that I didn't really mention.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of basketball, my Cavs, by the time of this recording, are 10-0. 10-0. Franchise record, way better than the Knicks are doing right now. What's their record? See, I was just curious. I don't actually know the top of my head. You can tell me.
Wait, who was it?
Just the New York Knickerbockers.
Now, who was asking about the basketball record?
Well, actually, if you don't
We're
know, they're 3 and
doing
4.
all right. Doing all
Clap,
right.
Larry. You can clap. I mean, that's an okay score for an okay team. You like everything's all good. And by the time this episode releases, the Cavs will probably be 13-0. Let's just be honest here.
The lights are
So,
too bright for them. The lights are too bright for them. They
hey,
can't compete.
Jared Allen is having a great time this year. Let's just say that the Cavs are doing good.
Stop using your hands. Put away your hands. Put away your verbiage. Put it away. Talk about it later. Um, yeah, so to move past the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life that made me really sad and upset. Um, we're definitely we'll skip right over it, but it was election week, so everybody in the world's rowdy, and just come watch us play some video games. It's just, take a step back from it. Who cares?
This is a step
Watch us
back.
play. If you want to see something about one person winning and one person losing, and you want to be mad about somebody losing, support me this week and watch how bad I lost, and and please condole me and send all your thoughts and prayers my way, because God, Contra
So
almost
you're,
my
well, I was
last
gonna
week.
say,
Yeah.
you're not any
Still,
better at modern video games than you were at Contra, huh?
maybe like if I was like a 2 at Contra, maybe like a 4.5, maybe a 5 on a good day. Every once in a while, I have that 6 out of 10 game.
You gotta play Sims, man. That way you don't have to worry about getting your ass handed to you. You just gotta worry about surviving it and not going broke.
Yeah, about that, guys, I filed for bankruptcy. No, I'm kidding. Speaking of money, though, I am looking at possibly getting a new vehicle here soon, so we'll see. Might have to get rid of the Jaguar that I so deeply have a love-hate relationship for, but might be getting out of it, might be getting into something newer, maybe
A
a little more
minivan,
long term. Oh no, not gonna
Tricycle?
push for a mini tricycle. Um, might
moped.
might push for a truck. Might go a little big boy. Push for a truck. Um,
Oh,
I don't know. Just see what the money looks like on the trade-in values. See what these Oklahoma deals are looking like compared to the West Virginia deals, and see what we can get going. But other than that, I'm counting down the
Well,
days. I don't
might have to
count
bleep
off the
that
top of
out,
my head.
but I will
Yeah.
say, I have a question for you guys. I did hit a deer, and for a new hood of my car, you guys know what car I have. How much money are we looking at? Are we looking at above like $300?
Yes.
are you ordering it, or are you gonna get it out of a junkyard?
It depends. I mean, I don't even know what's best, but probably looking to get a new one. Probably
There,
ordering it.
I don't know if you have somebody off the top of your head. Maybe your dad would go with you or something. But there's a place probably an hour and a half ish north of you guys. I think it's like a pull and pick kind of thing. It's like I don't exactly know what it is to get in the door, but it's essentially whatever you can carry out of there you can have. If they happen to have your model, might be
Mm,
able to snag a hood. But it's pretty much like a scrapyard kind of thing. Dude I used to work with was talking pretty highly of it at one point, but I don't really know too much about it. I know we don't have anything too local to where you guys are at right now, but I want to say maybe it was like $50 to $200 somewhere in that range to just carry out whatever you need, and
yeah.
could end up being cheaper. But if not, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know what it looks like exactly, like damage wise, but I mean, possibly somebody in your area that does some body work, couple different places that might be able to at least quote you to even just see if it's worth fixing it instead of just getting a new one.
Well, I mean, how would you even fix that? I mean, maybe pound it out with a hammer. I mean, it wouldn't look perfect, but or like a mallet, just
There
to
might
form
be
it.
a way to, yeah, to depending on how bad it is, there might be a way to
Because
get
it's
it
it's
at
like
least pretty close and then paint match it, but I'm
it's
not
like a
too sure.
mild volleyball-sized dent, but it was a giant deer. I mean, it was a big
well,
buck.
but I mean, does it
It was
look
a
like a
buck.
dent, or is it like a crinkle kind of thing?
No, it looks like a. It's there's a mixture. Like it's definitely like not just
Okay.
a little indent, but like I mean, I hit
If
it
you're
right in the front, and my grill popped out. But my grill, it's like a little plastic 2 foot grill. It's not like an actual like grill, but it popped out. But it's been popping out. So I just needed a new one anyway, and it like shattered into 100 pieces because I think I ran over it when it popped out.
two things. One, if it was a buck and it's a volleyball size thing, I'm maybe it's the obvious thought to me, but this dude have like was he hung? Is that what happened? Like
I mean,
it's nuts
he was.
good.
Cliff nut.
Yeah.
um Realistically, I mean, check out YouTube, see what kind of DIYs you can do, and if you're satisfied enough with it, you saved yourself the money. And if you fuck it up and you wanted to buy a new one anyway,
I saw
You
one
gave it
where,
a shot.
where they pour boiling water on it for like a little bit, and then they lift it up and they hit it with a mallet to try to undo it.
I've seen some stuff. I know some people say like heat it up and use like a ton of glue sticks. There's like certain good glue sticks to use for it or something where you heat them up, basically melt it to it, and with heat on the backside, you can kind of like pop it out. I don't know. I've never really worked with it too much. Last time I hit an animal in that state, it wrecked up. It was small enough to like go through my radiator. Essentially, my radiator bent to like a very strong point. It was like I don't know, a 30-pound fox somehow smoked it, going a little too fast, and
You smoked a
yeah, it was
fox?
yeah.
30-pound
Actually,
fox?
30
fun
pound
fact.
fox that went through your
So,
radiator. Bro, I hit a horse buck. It was a horse buck, and I have a volleyball sized dent. I mean, you were going 400 miles per hour.
so the craziest part about that story is me and your cousin Aidan, your nephew Larry. We were coming back from a college. We were just hanging out, and coming back maybe 5 miles from the exit we needed to be, and I'm hauling ass. It's cold. It's like probably about now, about this time of year. It's cold, hauling ass, trying to get home. So it's probably like 40 degrees every night, 30 degrees every night, something like that. Like 2 a.m. And the cousin slash, my friend here that's with me, um, he was in the mood. He's like, dude, watch this. I'm gonna take my camera and I'm gonna put it on your dash. A time lapse the rest of the drive. And I'm like, all right, dude, what the fuck ever. So there's a time lapse of me hitting this fox in existence. I have it. The fox runs across from the medium. And I'm like, wow, it's like way up there. And I'm like, wow, dude, look at that. It spins out like this on concrete, comes back, and I'm going like 95 to tell you the truth. And I just smoked it. And my car was low enough
Was
that
it
it literally
on the
my
highway?
yeah, my radiator genuinely bent to a perfect point V and instantly just like started spraying all my coolant. It was done. So
Oh, wow.
if you can imagine, I was 18. So the phone call to my mother wasn't fun and she wasn't happy about it. And she basically told me, figure it the fuck out and we'll talk in the morning. So one buddy came, we were waiting on the highway patrol, and thankfully, because we were cold, man. We were sharing like a 4x4 fire like blanket thing. And so it's like really thin. And we weren't gonna like cuddle up in my car, so we're both like half covered. And then we'd be like, all right, switch seats. And we go cover the other half. So shout out my one buddy that stopped by and he had his car heat on and we waited, and then about 6:30 in the morning I got that car back to my house towed.
I have
Not
one
fun.
question with your story.
Yep.
Are you sure you did not run over a fucking tiger? Because what kind of fox is totaling your car by hitting a fox? I mean, unless you're on the Indy
I
500. I mean,
actually, so it really didn't total it, but I was 18. I neglected maintenance on it. And it was like I think the car when I bought it was $3,400. I needed to put like $4,800 in it to get it back up and running, and I was kind of like, man, like I don't know. So I ended up buying like a $600 car that lasted me 3-4 months before I ended up going and getting a different car. But I can verify I reached out to somebody in the community, big trapper guy, and he verified it was a red fox. So yeah,
Oh,
like I
okay,
said, I
well.
have the proof. I don't know
a
the weight.
state
I'm
record,
not
by
gonna
the
lie.
way.
I wanted to find it. I kid you not. This thing like went through. I don't know if it hit my back tire or what. It went through my radiator, like pointed it to a V, and it was gone. It was nowhere to be found. I don't know if it like hit the back tire and just flung a million miles an hour. But dude, that thing was
Rumor has
gone.
it he walked off like it was nothing. Because
It
this
went
fucking
through.
fox. I mean, what the
Dude,
hell?
the size of the grill on your car, mine was like that cut in half. It literally was like 2 feet long, 8 to 12 inches wide, and it went through it. It was just gone. Like it went through it, cracked the bottom part of my bumper, radiator's bent to a V. I'm dripping stuff everywhere. I have some like my fog lights are dangling down off my car now. We didn't like
Jesus.
wreck. We hit it.
Did your airbags
I
go off?
no, no, not at all, dude. It was
Obviously, he
like
didn't stop, so.
it did that, and like I didn't wreck, but my thoughts were my car was 1,600 pounds. So I'm like, if I swerve at 90 miles an hour, you better freeze frame it because it's going to be like a scene out of Fast and Furious because it's we're flipping. So I hit it and then I couldn't see because coolant is just. My first thought at 18 and just being dumb is I'm like, oh my god, my car is going to explode. But yeah, it didn't happen. I just had to pour. water in it. I had like 8 water jugs in my car to get it to the mechanic, and I just had to pour water in it and stop and pour water in it and stop and pour in the morning.
Man,
It was rough,
make
but
making it happen, man. Making it happen.
yeah, I essentially sold it for to a guy that rebuilds cars and got a cheap, very cheap half rebuilt car from him, and it was rough. So I feel for you, Aiden. I do feel for you.
You'll get there, man. Just don't get in a hurry. That's the big thing.
It still runs
Yeah,
fine. There's literally not even a like a light came up. Like my tire pressure's a little low, but it's been low. Mm. Other than that, like it just there's a small dent on my hood.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, at least there is some good news this week. We played Kirby. It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a hard game. It was a fun game, an enjoyable game. Aiden Simulator from damn 1993. If you don't somehow know about Kirby, somehow, some way, he's the big pink guy, at least specifically for this game. Second game in the series. North American release was like the spring of 93. Who made it? HAL Labs. Who published it? Of course, Nintendo. They're going to back up the Curbster. You still see him today. It's an action platformer of its time. Awesome. So basically, at least to give you a little bit of the rundown of what Kirby's Dreamland or Kirby's Adventure is about, is he's going through and he's in the Dreamland. Dude named Nightmare goes ahead and he corrupts the Fountain of Dreams because he's just a dickbag. What does the Fountain of Dreams do for the people in Dreamland? It's 1993. It makes sense. The fountain obviously provides good dreams to all the people and lets them sleep good. What more could
There
it?
you go.
It makes sense. It's just right there. So King Dedede wants to be an asshole and steal the star rod that powers the fountain, and he just gives his little evil dickhead friends little pieces of it. So to stop Kirby, or I mean, as Kirby to stop Nightmare, you as the player, what do? You go around, start opening cans of whoop ass, taking names, get these star pieces back. So you get the star pieces back, you give it back to the fountain, and then guess what? Nightmare's like, I'm not fucking with the Curbster. He goes to space. What do? We chase him down and we beat him with the damn rod. That's what happens. So I like it of its time. I might have added a little extra words to describe it, but
No, I think that's
essentially,
exactly how it was in the manual.
yeah. Actually, I wrote the manual. They asked me pretty prematurely to write the manual. Um, yeah. So I mean, but like I said, of its time, 1993. How do we feel, Larry? I mean, what are your first impressions, if you can remember your first ones, and then coming back to it, what do you feel for it?
I've thought about this, and I can't remember what year it was I found it. I know this was a late year Nintendo game. It was towards the end of its life cycle. But I remember having it. I remember owning it and playing it, and it was fun. It was like you said. It's pure fun. It's it's got its difficulty, but it's not like a huge curve. Um, it's a good time. I mean, it's very playable. I remember enjoying it and playing it and going through it and just wanting to keep going through it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I could agree to that. Definitely.
and like I say now, revisiting it again, it brought back the nostalgia that I had for it. Beautiful game, but it still felt fun. And like I say, we'll cross more of that as we go around. But um, I wish I could think of a better word to describe why it was like that. But maybe Aiden, can you describe a better way of putting that together?
Well, I tell you what, I like the things you said, and I do think it's one of those games. It's not going to be a Contra. It's not going to be you'll hate your life the whole time you're playing it. Which I mean, you're not gonna have the troubles of oh my god, I died. I'm done. I'm done. Like I'm out of here. It's like okay, I died. You you pretty much have infinite lives because you die, you just go on the same board. You just reset all your shit, and like you get to keep your progress, which I like, and not to say I don't like games that aren't like that. I can just I think I appreciate it in a special way in this game because it's I don't know how to explain it other than I think it works really well with this game that you don't lose your progress and it's lax, it's fun, it's chill. It's cool abilities, and it's really like it's easy on your eyes if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, I could add on to both you there. I definitely like a lot of what we said there. I do like some games like Contra. I get it. Some of it, is that when you die, you go back to the start. And even with like the original Mario, like when you get messed up real quick, you're going back, and it's not like you have a couple hit points like you do in Kirby here. I like that I'm running through and I'm like I get hit by something and I don't instantly, it's not the one hit I'm dead. It's not I'm out of lives. It's not like with Contra, it's just a couple hits you respawn right there and then you're dead. I do like that it's you have like an actual health pool to where it's something that you can take a hit on, or in some examples it's like this part's kicking my ass. Guess what? I have a full bar of health. You can just kind of jump right on through it, take the damage and keep moving. Um and yeah, I mean the way that some of us play it, like Larry, I mean, knowing the way that you played it, like Aiden said, infinite lives, the way that you had it going, Larry, it was looking like infinite lives. You know what I mean? You're just racking up the one ups and stuff. So, I mean, it's definitely nice that it's a game without the hard cap in a way. It does, like you guys both said, and like Larry, it's so easy to play. It's fun. It's not a rage baiting game the way that Contra was for me, where it's you die, and I felt like with this, I learn when I die. I always found out, oh, that's what happened. This is what I do, and it's almost like there were some things like boss fight wise that got a little more difficult, which we'll get into. But I mean, in general, you die from something or you take a health hit, and it felt like instantly you understand what to do next. It's not so much of like Contra, where I struggled to find out what to do for 18 minutes straight. Might have been some user error, but easy on the eyes, easy to play, especially up front, first impression.
I'll just one more thing to add on. I do think, like I was saying, one of the major points. It's a game that someone very like it used to think every like video game back in the day was a kid's game, but this one it truly
Yeah.
is. Almost all ages can appreciate this game, and as we get forward, I mean that has its pros and cons. We'll get into it.
Yeah, agreed. I definitely think that's a thing. And I mean, to kind of add on to the first impressions and touch base on what the graphics are looking like. I mean, it's later of Nintendo's timeline. I mean, to me, it looked great and it played really well. Like, I mean, the movement is as clean as it could be, really, for its time. I think the movement's years ahead of its time for other things that we've played. And I don't think it doesn't freeze up like some of the other games we've touched base where there's too many enemies on the screen and it's running like no problem. And I mean it helps gameplay wise a lot, especially going back to it in 2024. A lot easier to go back 30 years later when the game doesn't bug out when there's two enemies coming at you. You have 18 enemies coming at you and you don't have an issue. So I think graphic wise, I mean, they really hit it out the park. And like I said, maybe be part of the fact is late Nintendo, but well refined. The movements are phenomenal in comparison to some other games of the time. And I mean, how do you, Aiden? I mean, how do you feel about the graphics? I mean, I love
Listen,
them.
I have a personal disagreement, and this could be a problem on my end, just because I kind of did have those frame drops where certain abilities, like I think it was the spark
Hmm.
ability, where like if I had some people on my screen and I used the spark ability, I would like slow down and get some frame drops. Maybe that was a system issue because I definitely did have some of those problems, but it definitely was not on
Well,
the
that's a
level of
cartridge.
it was on the level of say DuckTales, which DuckTales I'm not saying is a bad game, but like when like that one area where you had those like plunger dogs and those spiders dropping down, like every time I'd go around there, I'd be like I'm getting 30 frames, like, and it was killing me. But I do think, like I was touched on my what I first said, it's definitely easy on the eyes. I really like the color palette. It's like a
Hmm.
pastel world. It's like
Yeah.
it's really cool. And it's when I think of the game and when I look at the graphics, I don't know why I think soft. Like there's not a whole lot of hard edges, and there's no gore. It's just I don't know. It's cutesy. Not to be girly about it, but it's cute. It's a cutesy game, and it's pretty to look at.
Yeah, totally fair. I mean, you got a pink main character like that that kind of softer on the edges, like you said. I mean, it's not if you look at the original Mario, where Mario's pretty blocky, you know what I mean, and you look at Kirby and he's a big ball. Like there's not really much room to be
Hmm.
blocky as much.
Hmm.
So I mean, Larry, how you feel about it?
Well, it's definitely. definitely the third phase of Nintendo, which in some idea, the third phase is I think the Super Nintendo itself had already just came out or is getting ready to, but they've mastered the Nintendo. The graphics are clean, everything looks tight. Like you say, you don't get any of that real hard 8-bit kind of design. Everything, the curves look like curves. Like Aiden said, it all looks soft, which to some degree, I think that's a tribute to the idea that nothing is really blocky. Um, but it is a beautiful game. I mean, colors and different stuff everywhere. Just the paint guy is one thing, but I mean the backgrounds are luscious. The everything has depth to it, color wise. Slow down. I get some of that, and like I say, I do recall, like Aiden said, when you had the spark thing. I think it's probably just because the amount of graphic power that's happening at that moment with him lighting up, and then also people still trying to other sprites trying to move around and carry on. But it's a really lovely game, and I wish I could think of the guy who made it or whatever, but they put a lot of they put art into this because they had, like I said, they've mastered what the system could do at this point.
Yeah, no, well put. And like you said, yeah, I mean, the Super Nintendo released 2 years prior, and honestly, I could be wrong. I don't know. I wasn't there, but to me, it feels like this was kind of their way of getting a Kirby title on the NES. But I mean, from the playthrough, it just as well feels like a Super Nintendo game to me. Like if this was on the Super Nintendo instead of the NES, I'm not gonna sit here and think that this is just a shitty Super Nintendo game. I think it feels of its time of Super Nintendo kind of thing. So like I said,
Yeah.
maybe it was just kind of a way to get that on this platform to say that they had it on there. They did have the one on the Game Boy previously, so it kind of probably looks good to get one on each console. And maybe you don't have the Super Nintendo yet. Well, guess what? You probably still do have your Nintendo sitting around either way. Even if you did get the new one, you can still play the Kirby game.
Oh well, definitely back at that time, it was money was definitely tight. The change
Hmm.
of the decades was happening, but it was a hard thing to convince your parents that you already have this video game system that they've dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars in, which at this point, thousands to ten thousands of dollars into in our world. But yeah, it's hard to convince them of the upgrade part. But I, seeing Kirby as an early Super Nintendo game, not hard to imagine at all. But it's definitely a masterclass in what they were able to accomplish, and I think it was just, they probably started on it on the Nintendo, so like we're just gonna put it here because I do know I do know they put out another Kirby on the Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
Um, but like I say, this year would have been easily like coming out right after Super Mario World, which was
Hundred
not
percent.
unimaginable.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, to touch base on the art, like you mentioned, I mean, the soundtrack in this game was awesome. I really,
Yeah.
I've obviously everything we've done, I have a new favorite soundtrack or the soundtrack's awesome. I don't know. The soundtrack does something for me, and I really I think my favorite bit of audio in the game has to be the we'll call it the Mario Star because that's it's good. It paved the way. The Mario Star song of in Kirby is just phenomenal. If it's the little lollipop, I want to call it, but I might be
Mhm.
wrong. It's awesome.
Uh,
I like it better than the Mario song. So
I
I
thought it was
mean,
actually like a magic wand, but yeah, okay, I get you. Lollipop, I can see that.
probably right. Probably right. I mean, yeah, I know you guys have been big on soundtracks, Larry. How you feel about the sound of it? I mean,
Again, it's good stuff. As soon as you said soundtrack, music little started popping in my head. Um, and I have to say the one where Kirby's dancing at the end of each
yes.
level, that one's gonna stick with me for a long time. I mean, I feel like I brushed my teeth. I should have that damn song playing. I got dressed today. That song should play with me spinning around dancing.
That
It's
should be like a
it's just a good.
should be a notification for when like every kitty is born. You just hear that sound.
Yeah, right.
It plays
And I mean
everywhere. Yeah, hell yeah.
the dance he does with it is perfect. Aiden, can we
Yeah.
get an example of the dance for our visual viewers?
No, you cannot.
You came up with it. Okay, whatever. If you at least want to give us a comment on the soundtrack, we'd appreciate
Okay.
it.
Well, I was looking out on my phone, and it is a Japanese name. They a lot of the, most of the soundtracks were composed by Hirokazu Tanaka, and Jun Ishikawa. But I really think it's like they add to the appeal and the environment of the game so much. I mean, you have these like upbeat little jingles that are instantly recognizable. If I heard that Kirby end of the level sound, I don't care if it's 10 years from now, I'm going to recognize, oh shit, that's when Kirby beat a level. Like, and that adds so much to a game. And not to be a hater on our generation, but I feel like you don't have a lot of that original sound design as much. And I think it's really something
No,
special.
I honestly, I can't think of any modern music that comes up in games like that.
Elden Ring. Other than
Oh damn.
that, other than
I
that,
was gonna
Okay,
get
so
to it.
time mark that we got through about 30 minutes before he brought it up, but
That might be a
the
new record, actually.
the, but even like the boss battles, like I was sitting here thinking as Aiden was talking about it, it's like when that comes up, it's like the atmosphere changed. You know that something's like oh shit, it's on. It's time. It's no
Yeah.
longer happy explore little things flying around. There's something here that's going to kill me,
Hmm.
or at least make an attempt to. But it's it's definitely a very good thing. I know this is late in this, and maybe I should have brought it up earlier, but hey, what freedom we speak as we do. Um, FYI, for anyone who happens to have the Nintendo Online service for your Nintendo Switch, they came out with a Nintendo Music app, and I think there's actually a couple different Kirby's on there. I've been geeking out to Metroid music, but that's a whole other issue on its own. But um, it's two things in that. One, it's easily made soundtracks available. They don't have everything on there though, because I really wanted to listen to uh, some NES and Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda.
Fair.
Neither of those are on there. Hopefully they'll update it and bring them on later. But so one, it makes it easily accessible, but on the same token, I'm afraid it's going to take those kind of things off of YouTube or other places that we normally have found them over the last 20, 30 years of internet.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo's like, well, look, now
Nintendo.
we're selling them here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
if
Yeah.
Nintendo can make more money off of it, you better bet they will. And if somebody is using it without their permission, then you better bet they're suing.
oh yeah,
It's a
Yeah.
Nintendo way.
Very true. Yeah. Nintendo's they like to protect their assets, to put it politically.
And I think I saw something where like because it's in Japan and the courts have never they've won every single like sue or defamation or literally every single lawsuit that they've won in Japan because it's Nintendo
Nintendo.
in Japan. So they're not
Yeah.
going to lose anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, the the Nintendo in their company is so big that I don't even know how much opening music they had part of in the Olympics, but I mean Mario was part of their whole national image when they were doing the Olympic open ceremonies in 2021 with it. I mean, I really wish, like I said, without COVID, what it would have looked like and how they would have taken that full experience out to see how that goes. But that itself, that's straying away far away from where we're at. We'll save that for another day, another conversation.
And we'll touch on just to pay even more homage. I still think one of my favorite games for soundtrack that we played is go check it out. Episode 2, Mega Man. I really like the soundtracks for that game, and even like the level soundtracks. I really enjoyed. Just to pay a
No, I
little
mean
homage to that.
totally fair. I mean, the game looks nice. We like the graphics, we like the sounds. Not every game's perfect, and I'm gonna start with Aiden since I ripped on Contra so hard. If you had to, pick out some things in the game that weren't really your favorite, some of your low moments for Kirby's Adventure, I mean, what's on your head with that?
Okay, so where do I start? No, I'm just kidding. I like the game. I actually do really like the game, and it's kind of like a con to what I was saying earlier that I do think the not full resetting when you lose your lives, it's 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 relaxing. It's stress free. You can play carefree. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to play like stressfully. But also the cons of it. It's almost too easy. I mean, you have no fear of I died. I lost my life. So well, I guess I'll just get a game over animation screen and then go right back to where I was. Like, oh boy. But also, there's definitely some levels where you can like suck in air and just almost fly over the whole level, or like, because I think it was
Very.
maybe map. I can't remember the name, but maybe map 5. It was a thing with like there was like a bunch of blimps with a bunch of wind turbines, and you could literally like you could suck in air, go to the top, and float across the entire board without seeing any enemies. And there's definitely spots in this game where you can just cheese. And I mean, and like that's the con aspect. I want a little bit of a challenge, and I feel like I don't get enough challenge to fill my needs or wants, I should say.
Valid point. Valid points. I mean, yeah, I won't admit or incriminate myself on if I did that at any point. Maybe if you watch the YouTube video, you might catch me in the action, but hopefully that doesn't hold up in the court of VGR pod. But I mean, Larry, is it too easy for you, or do you have anything else that really brings it down in your eyes?
Well, I mean, it's almost one of those ones like where you challenge yourself. Yeah, you can probably fly across 90% of this game, but do you really want to do that? Um, and the idea of what I can't stand, I'm trying to think, can't find a whole lot in this game I dislike. There's things that just tend to piss me off a little bit, but to say I dislike it, I don't think so. Um, I mean, I can't think of anything that's too unfair. I can't think of anything that's really there. I know there's got to be something in this that I just really say I dislike, but outside of a couple bosses who just seem like it almost seems like it points at rubber bands you. It's like, oh, you're doing too well, so now we're gonna just turn this up. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
okay, let's step up to it, and then you step up, and like Aiden says, it suddenly just got easy again, and
yeah.
just to kind of put you in check, I guess. But um, damn,
I,
I think about it, I don't have any major complaints on it.
I will say to touch on kind of what Larry said about why would you? It's like almost an integrity thing. Like, yeah, but you don't want to make the game easier. That's a big debate in the gaming community is whether these games like these Souls-like games or any of the Souls-like knockoffs or any of these notoriously really hard games should there
Like
be
Elden
an
Ring?
like Elden Ring actually now that you mention it. But people were saying should there be an easy mode? And I feel like that why I don't think the integrity argument works like, oh, why would you want to play on ultra easy mode? Yeah, but if there's an option, it kind of takes away. You want oh, this game's hard and I beat this game without any type of easy mode. And I feel like there's a pride to be had in that. And if there's like an ultra easy way to beat the game, like I feel like you can't really brag your things like, "Oh, I beat Kirby." I'm like, "So what?" In the same way as like
Fair.
if Elden Ring had an ultra easy mode like, "Oh, I beat Elden Ring." I'm like, "You probably played on easy mode. Like who cares?"
That's fair. To add on to it, I think it definitely depends on the game too. Like with Kirby, if there's an easier mode than this, I think if you add a hard mode to a game that doesn't necessarily have an easy mode, it's like normal and hard, it's different. But like with Kirby, if there's an easier mode, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like maybe with Elden Ring, but I will say the newer Star Wars games that came out with Cal Kestis, Jedi Survivor, and of those likes, there is a mode. Just there's like story, and then they rank up in difficulty. But the story mode, I mean, it's essentially like your parry times and stuff like that don't matter as much, but it is still a good story. So I mean, with certain games, I do sit on that aspect because it's like I played it on one up, and I mean that it was pretty difficult even on one up. I can't imagine playing it on super hard,
No,
and I mean. I found myself playing through it in the story mode sometimes just because of that. So with certain games, I think
I
easy
100%
mode would be
agree.
better.
I'm typically like against an easy mode game just because I feel like get good kid for the most part. But like
Yeah,
game like Red Dead Redemption, like that's mainly for this or God of War. I don't want a
yeah,
I don't want it to be crazy hard and be stuck on this animation sequence for the next 2 3 hours. But I feel
Well,
like Kirby doesn't really fit
yeah.
under the
Very
story mode
fair.
type of
Yeah.
game.
well, just to lead back a little bit, that our CJ's favorite game, Contra. There's Contra 4 on the DS, which I remember if I came out because there's many years separated between the DS and the Super Nintendo, which went from 3 to 4 at that point. Uh, there's 3 levels which was easy, normal, and hard. And normal kicks your ass. I mean, just straight kicks your ass. So you go back to easy because you want to try to get through it. Well, I think you get to like level 6 or 7, you beat it. It's like, yeah. And the game comes up, it's like, okay, yeah, way to go. Now try it on normal. I'm like, what the hell? And I mean, so I played it. I crushed it out. It actually had more levels to it that beyond that just straight kicked your ass. And I never did see whether or not I actually beat it or if it went any further than the level or so behind it. But uh, yeah, Kirby doesn't. I don't think you could add anything to Kirby that's going to make it harder, other than some aliens with guns. But um, there's an alien with like a little laser thing, so you got that right.
Fair, fair. I don't really. I'm kind of with you on the takeaways in a bad way, Larry. I mean, there's not a ton for me to really hate, and I mean, maybe it's too critical because for its time, it's not really. I don't really find it to be an issue. But one thing I ran into was with certain power ups and the way the world was set up. Yes, it had that smooth edge, but for example, the like the wheel power up where you turn into like pretty much Sonic, certain
Mm-hmm.
angles in hills and stuff I would get caught up on, and instead of going down the slope, it was almost like there was an invisible wall I'd hit and I would lose my power up a few times that way. Just some more fine tuning stuff. Like I said, it's 1993, might be a little critical. Really wasn't game breaking or anything for me. And I mean, I'd say to at least put something down for myself to give it some sort of criticism of what I didn't like. The underwater shit just kind of pissed me off because it felt like the areas were so small, and then not being able to use your power ups, which made sense underwater. God, it pissed me off though. And then you just had to
I'm so,
blow the water at them instead of the air, and it was like God, like a 4 foot range maybe. So that
I,
it frustrated me a few times.
I'm literally surprised that there actually isn't a water level here.
Level.
I mean,
That's what I was
since you
about to
brought
say.
it up,
Agreed.
I
Yeah,
mean that's
no,
pretty
agreed.
pretty Nintendo common, on any sort of platforming, all that. There should be a water level just to totally make you hate it. Um, but I don't know. Again, I don't know how if we look at it as a good thing or bad thing. But I do say in the dislike area of this, we're kind of reaching, we're kind of nitpicking to some degree. So I mean, that might speak some volumes to how good this may be. But
And
I don't know.
yeah, I agree. I definitely have a little bit more gripes than you guys, but nothing serious. I mean, I truly think this is a Nintendo game that's like, I mean, gameplay wise, just feel of the game, great look, great audio, great graphics. I mean, it's almost like a peak Nintendo game.
Yeah, no, I could agree to that. And I mean, go ahead and stack on top of it, Aiden. I mean, what's your favorite takeaways from the game? I mean, obviously some good stuff here.
Okay, so like I mentioned, I didn't really utilize it until the second half, but I really like the sliding mechanic, and that's one thing. Sliding mechanic really cool. I like those little kind of interesting. Like it's just cool to navigate and get good at. It's not particularly like crazy useful unless you use it like properly. But I would have to say that's number two. My number one, not okay, CJ's not paying attention to my answer. He's stretching right
Oh,
now. But I will say,
I'm
not to
stretching.
piggyback off what I said in my last podcast, go check it out. I was hosting our Contra episode, but I really like the environment. The music added perfect charm. The environment was just perfect. It was cutesy. You felt good. I don't know. It was like you're playing in a like a rainbow cat land, and everything was soft and cutesy with cute little noises and little pink guy. And I feel like just the environment of the game was top notch for me.
Well, definitely. I think it helps the feeling happiness of it. I mean, it's strange to me that there exists a guy named Nightmare in this world because it's so just happy and rainbows and sunshine around here. So yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely just a little bit everywhere with that atmosphere of just happiness. I mean, I guess that it helps sell the sadness of when Nightmare comes in and takes all your happy dreams away because life's good, you're having great dreams, and now this guy's just taking all of it.
Yeah, no,
Or-
Aiden, I was listening. My back got a little tight there for a second. I just need to, for you visual watchers, need to loosen that up a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to add on to something really quick with it. And I mean, yeah, it felt lighthearted, I guess is a good word for it. Maybe I don't know if it makes sense without playing it, but maybe from watching it or maybe from playing it for other people. I mean, I think the feel of the game, maybe you could say the atmosphere of the game in itself, just total, made it feel. I kind of get like I said before with Contra, even like I mean other games of the time, I kind of get a little lost into it, and I feel like Kirby playing this game. I don't really feel like I'm holding the controller as much as I feel like I'm Aiden. I mean Kirby, just running through the world, you know. um, I think one thing for sure that was gotta be it definitely held the game together for me is a lot of the abilities. I think not just the variety, but the quality of a lot of them. There weren't very many bad abilities. Um, Aiden, I know you expressed your feelings on the rock ability to me at one point. It's probably the worst. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, there's some pretty good and fun abilities. Like I don't think all of them that are able that you're able to use are like awesome, but even the ones that kind of suck ish are pretty cool. Like the wheels kind of debatable because the control you have of it, the like people's elbow that you get at some point from the one boss is it's not really the best to use, but it's definitely fun. And even I really like the tornado, but I mean it's at least fun because it sometimes is a little crazy. You might fall off off of where you're trying to be, fall off the map, but I
Uh,
love the abilities.
I do want to say, I do want to kind of ask you guys, excluding boss abilities, what's your guys' favorite ability?
Ooh, ooh.
Hmm.
To think about that.
Um, well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I was caught up on definitely how much I do love all the abilities myself, like the variety, the amount of them. I mean, good God, I think there's like 30 different things, at least 20, 25 and minimum. But um, I know I always find myself going back to probably, I want to call it the fireball. It's the one, the boss, not the boss, but the enemy would come out and it spun around and it took off. I know forever, even some playing it the first time back in the 90s, just love that rhythm you can get into where if you get high enough, like say you can shoot, there's one level I know we watched in the playthrough where you can shoot across after you come through the door, drop down, shoot to the other side down there, drop down another level, shoot another one, and I think that's where you hit the water finally. I mean, just that's just fun.
It's a fun
I
ability.
mean,
Right.
kill some
100%.
shit while you're at it, but it's a good time. I do like the fireball.
Would you go as far to say that's your favorite part of the game would be the abilities too? Like, I mean, does that really hold it together for you, kind of thing?
Oh, it's what makes it fun to come back to. I think is just all these different things and always try something different. I remember early on I used to love using the sword. I'm just a sword guy. Let's chop it all up. At
Hmm.
this point, like I said, I tried different things to get us there. Strangely, I found a love for the beam this past playthrough. It's uh, just a pretty cool little weapon, and I think the goal was always to get the UFO. I just don't know why, but just love that little thing.
Yeah,
It's
the UF is fun, and I do think
Three in one.
the beam is like old consistent. Like it's good, has decent range on
mhm.
it. It's gonna kill. I mean, you find it everywhere. It's definitely solid. That's like that's old reliable. But I think my favorite one, it's I don't think it's beam, but it's like you shoot like a Han Solo laser type beam.
Laser,
You
dude,
know what I'm talking
is
about? Like you shoot
nice.
a laser. I really like the range on it because I feel like I can just snipe enemies from far and just cruise
Yeah.
and like trick shot motherfuckers. So I think
Okay, yeah.
I didn't really include this in my question, but I think my base game I would have to say like the Jedi blaster, but my favorite boss ability has to be the hammer. Like the hammer is like the upgraded sword, but it has like
Agreed.
much more range and it looks cool as hell.
No, agreed. I think I'm really with you on that. The fireball was cool. I know you guys liked it. I think better than me. At least fun gimmicky wise. I love the tornado. It's kind of funny to me because it's just all over the place and it's just nonstop. Like I think there was one level where I genuinely spammed it all the way to the end with like zero issue.
Shout
It
out
took
Woo.
me a second to get control, but it's funny. So it's the Midwest ability I get to use. But the laser that you said, the Han Solo laser, if you will, like you said, especially the little mini boss fights where you can go into the arena and get a tomato. Dude, I mean, it's so easy. You
Oh,
literally stand at the back and spam it, and before the boss even touches you, you're killing it. So it's like free tomato out of it. And the hammer for sure, I like that a lot. As long as it's not the high jump kick shit, I don't like that at all. I'll be honest with you. Not a fan of high jump kick, but the hammer's nice.
The high jump's got its place in the tower. I think that's
It
really where
does.
it comes in. I tell you the one I can't. I don't know why. I'm sure it has a purpose. Is like the ice cube or the ice block where you
I'm
create that
with
and
you.
kick that across. I mean,
Yes, not a fan.
even the whole freezing, like create a little shield around you of ice. That seems a little more valuable than the little block that comes out because that's just so unpredictable. It's just not worth anything at that point.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I wasn't a big fan of the ice ability. I tend to skip over it when I play through. I do like
Oh
some
yeah.
of the one use abilities from like the first little mini boss thing where you spaz out all over the screen. I know Aiden, you wasted it completely. I wasted it completely. It's just it's really cool, but I feel like in order to actually use it, I would want it so much farther in the game that I would have to pretty much go untouched without using a single ability for years to come. And I think my big gripe with the high jump kick is it's in the museum before the Sun and Moon fight, and I could not find a relevant use for it in that fight. I think I might have barely squeaked
Mm.
in one hit with it, and I was like, it just feels like you could have put in other abilities that didn't make the fight super easy that would have still been way more useful than the high jump kick. Like it almost felt more in the way. Like I felt like I had an easier time with no ability than with the high jump kick. I think I took more damage than I did with it. So I mean, did you run into an ability that you hated?
I'm obviously my first my first thought would be the rock because it's like because there's not you're not really jumping on top of a whole lot of enemies. Like you don't have any horizontal play at all. You just kind of like I hope I am in a position to jump on top of this guy. But as I think about it, I don't know if you guys ran into this ability, but the ball ability was shit. Then when you turn into a
Yes.
ball and like it made your movement uncontrollable, but you also took damage while you were in the form. Like why is that even an ability? It's like it like turns you into a basketball that's hard to control and you take damage.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that. I hated that one so much that I think I blocked that out, and now you owe me for my next therapy session.
Yeah, I was wondering the first time I ran into it. I'm like, hell yeah, this is like a cooler version of the wheel. No, not at all. Actually, it was the
You
worst
take
version of
damage.
the wheel. Well, at first I was like, cool, I get to control the wheel essentially, but just move slower. This is awesome. Yeah, and then instantly I get poked by a little shy guy looking fella, and
And
I just lose the ball.
I think if you want to like suck air to go up, you have to like cancel out of your ability and then start sucking air. Like you can't just suck air while you're in your ability. So like
Yeah,
if there's like a
right.
hole you're about to fall into, like you can't catch yourself with air either. It's like it's just you're worse than if you had no ability.
I swear. Yeah, no, I agree. And like, I can't think of a relevant boss fight that you could use that ability in. Like most of the
You
abilities at
can't
least seem
there's you
somewhat relevant, but like,
while you're in their ability, you can't kill an enemy. So it's like useless.
yeah, like it's
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. It's not awesome. Like that's for sure. I mean, what boss gave you guys the most difficult time slash was the worst boss? Because there could be a difference. I think you can enjoy a hard boss, but if there's a boss that you hated,
I'm gonna steal this up front because compared to the rest of them, the tree on level one is pointless. I mean, it's not even like you don't learn anything from it. It even comes back later, I do believe, but still, it's just like it's just it's another damn wall, and I think we had enough walls in freaking Contra.
You know,
yeah,
But yeah,
I can agree on the easiness. Like it was just so easy, it almost wasn't even a boss. But I just feel like it's almost so iconic. Like I'm pretty sure there's a few like Super Smash Bros. Stages about it. Like I just feel like
hmm,
when Kirby bosses, that's one of the bosses I think of personally. But I will say my least favorite boss has to be the painter guy, the roller skate painter guy. Man, it was
yeah,
just so
weird.
annoying, and he had no like pattern of switching from corner to corner. It's kind of just I'm just gonna maybe go to this corner now, and you know what I'm gonna go corner you're at right now, and like it's just annoying to play that guy. It wasn't like it was kind of hard, but it was more just annoying. Like okay, how could I predict he was gonna fly to this corner that I was standing in?
You know,
agreed.
one time it painted Kirby for me, and I was like, "Ooh, one up." No, no, it's
No,
just
yeah,
another damn
exactly.
thing. I'm
Like
like,
exactly. Like I can agree to that for sure. The painter pissed me the fuck off, dude. Like just like you said, it wasn't even so difficult to just so damn annoying because mechanically, like, I mean, the lightning, you just stay on the lower level. He throws the car and it bounces off the other way. So if you want it, you got to be there. The bomb's easy to throw back at him. The Kirby, once you realize it's not a one up, it's easy to throw back at him. It's just annoying, sporadic movement, which is, it felt kind of out of place for the game in a way because it was just so damn annoying. And I mean, I think another thing that is really similar. It's not really difficult, but it's just so damn annoying. Is the fucking the Mega Knights running around, the little fellas with
Oh
all their
God,
weapons.
yes.
The Trident one specifically in the top left, it's just frustrating because it's like it wasn't so difficult. It was really good at rage baiting me. It just pissed me off. And I felt like no matter what weapon you took into it, they snatched that weapon so quick and then got easier on you. So it's like we just don't want you to fight us with a weapon. And it just kind of pissed me off. I
And
didn't like
not
that.
only that, this is in every game. The worst type of bosses in every game, like I'm not bringing it up again, but Elden Ring and every game with a boss, the worst type of bosses are the bosses where there's just a bunch of like minions running around while you're fighting the
Yeah.
boss. I don't want to fight your minions. I want to one head to head with this badass boss and we're duking it out. I don't want to worry about your little minions that are just a pain in the ass. Like they're foot soldiers that I kick in the face and insta die and like the regular board, but they're just annoying why I'm fighting this guy, and they're just tedious and the least fun boss in any game, in my opinion. It's just adding little annoying guys to make it harder. It doesn't add. There's nothing of substance being added to the boss fight.
I
No, and
could totally agree.
in this they pop up several times, so it's just
Yes. And it's every
like
time it's like, oh my God, this again. Like it never, it's like I'm not so like worried that like, oh shit, I gotta fight these guys. It's just like, or it's like for the Pokemon fans, it's like when Team Rocket shows up, especially in the first season of Pokemon. It's like, will you just move the fuck out of the way, please, and let me do what I need to do? It's just so
yeah,
annoying. I
absolutely.
mean, yeah. If you flip the coin over and we talk about, the good bosses, I guess we'll say, was there certain fights that you enjoyed, even whether it's difficult or easy, and what your thoughts are on it? I mean, Larry, you've probably seen the most bosses. I think you made it farther than I ended up making it at one point.
Well, I mean, I did. Um, one, I forgot that Nightmare was the boss, so I definitely seen him. I to feel as a boss, I guess I'm gonna have to go King DDD. Um, because it was a boss. I mean, it was hard. You had to figure out patterns. He killed me several times, and actually, like I said, I ended up having to. He I think left me with one life for Nightmare. So he wiped me out pretty good. It's just he was tough. He's strong. He's fast. But boss wise, he was the boss of bosses in this. I would have to say.
Yeah, I like it. No, that's a fair statement. Aiden, I know you made some good progress. Do you have a certain one that you ended up liking afterwards?
I will say I really like the difficulty plus the design of the sun and the moon. I like them switching out and they have different abilities. I feel like that was a fun boss fight. And it did not it felt more creative than tedious with the two different moons. And I like the atmosphere of it. I like how the difference when they switch out, the like the level lighting and stuff. I feel like I have to go Sun and Moon boss. Don't know the name, but Sun and Moon it is.
I think
I
that
mean,
might
that
just
sounds
be the name. Yeah. I'm with you though. I think the first time I ran into him, it just pissed me off and I was like, "Oh, this is worse than the painter." But no, I totally agree. I think once I got the hang of it, it felt like it was making me sweat, but I enjoyed it. It felt like a good fight and then like yeah, like Larry said with King Dedede, I mean, it felt like a boss fight. Like it didn't feel like just some annoying dude like the painter, the stupid tree just kind of stand in your way for whatever reason. It felt like a true fight. And yeah, to touch on what you said, Aiden, the switch of the atmosphere, perfect. And the difference in attacks, I think it was, at least for me, one of the earliest instances I can think of something like this. Definitely used in later games, but I like the the tag team kind of thing that they had going on, and I like that they had the different abilities and that you kind of had to use the moon's abilities to take down the sun and the sun's to take down the moon. And I like that it wasn't a combined health pool, which you've definitely seen in later games
Mm.
in the Xbox PS2 era. You see some things where it's like that, but it's one health pool, and I can't think of a specific instance, but there's definitely been games where like the sun would be easier than the moon, so I'm just gonna dodge around the moon while I beat the shit out of the sun, but technically I beat both of them because they share a health pool. So I like the separate health pools a lot too. So I like that one.
Yeah, and then one boss that I did not like in Elden Ring was the Godskin duo, and it was pretty much two bosses at one time, but it's such a long boss fight. Like the game, it's already hard enough, but the game there's two people in the room, and they had a combined health pool, but the health pool was so massive. Like every time you killed one, it respawned until you beat the health pool, and it was just a pain in the ass. Everyone that's played Elden Ring knows. But I feel like this one, it was it the sun and the moon for me mixed with the difficulty because you guys know I like some difficult shit mixed with the difficulty plus the atmosphere. It didn't feel easy like most of the bosses in this game. It felt like a challenge, and I liked it.
Yeah, no, agreed. And if we're gonna bring up our favorite games in World of Warcraft in the last expansion, there was a dungeon that was that they upped the difficulty on that people ran pretty often, and it was similar where it had two bosses with different mechanics. Well, if you split them up, the one was easy as hell to beat, and they had a shared health pool. And guess what the strategy was? Because the challenge of it basically was it was timed. You split them up and you beat the hell out of the weak one. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the fact that it makes you do your work. It's not like the sun's going to be easy and you can beat it. And I like that it felt balanced too. It didn't feel like the sun's the heavy hitter and the moon's just this weak dude. It felt like they were the yin and yang of the fight. And I liked it. It felt nice.
Agree.
So yeah, yeah, I was going to say it's a fun one. I mean, to really sum up our experience on it, see, get your final closing thoughts on the game, Kirby's Adventure. How do we feel about it, Aiden? Like, how do we feel
Well,
overall in
I
the game?
I would say I would have to recommend the game. I think it's just such a lax game. You must just play for the experience, the atmosphere. It's lax. If you're looking for something that's crazy, that you're gonna get a challenge, you're not gonna find it here. But you want a cool atmosphere, a chill little game with a little pink dude that sucks everything, and some cool new abilities. And I want to say, it helps with what I recommend it. I feel like this game has maybe not maybe because it's kind of an easier game, maybe not to the max, but it has some replay value. Unlike some games on the NES, this definitely has replay value with the abilities and the levels, and you want to see, oh, I want to get like the extra special levels. I want to get them good this time, and oh, when this playthrough, I'm not going to use the fireball. I'm just going to use the sword the whole time. Like it definitely has some replay abilities, and I'll probably come back to it someday. So for that, I have to recommend it.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I mean, I feel similarly, and something I was reading on the game when I was digging a little deeper into it is one thing that this game is praised for is its replayability, kind of for some of the things that you touched on. And hell, you could have a kid here in 5 years and 10 years down the road be like, hey, this is a game that me, my uncle, and my buddy played, and they probably could pick it up no problem. I mean, you could be age 5 or 6 and start picking up this game and play it and enjoy it, or you could recommend it to a friend in their later years in life and probably really enjoy it. I mean, I can't imagine how much fun this would probably have been in somebody's mom's basement with some Doritos and shit back in the day. You get a
Mhm.
couple TVs going. I mean, I know it's not a multiplayer game, but hell, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. Of the time, I think it's definitely a game you can come back to. And matter of fact, even in my recording at the very beginning, I had some two saves that were a little bit progressed where I dabbled around with it. And like you said, take your different paths, use your different abilities, see what works. And I definitely found out playing again more abilities I could get into than previously that I could take advantage of and use and enjoy. So I mean,
Except for the
agreed. I
ball.
mean, very you came back to it obviously for the video. So I mean, how did it feel coming back?
Um, I I would probably pick this up myself again. Um, it is. I think on many levels, it's a good recommendation for anybody of any age, and any skill level. I mean, brand new, whether you be, 2 or 20 or 200, whether you're new to games or if you're, a avid gamer like you guys are to some degree. Um, it's a good experience. It's fun. But like I say, there's the curve is not so difficult that you can't bring anybody into it. Um, and I think there's enough playthrough that you can kind of speed run it through the first couple levels if you're the hardcore gamer. But at some point it's going to catch you,
Yeah,
and
agreed.
there's enough there to do it. Um, so yeah, definitely just it's a good time, good game. Um, and yeah, I can't think of anybody I wouldn't recommend it to outside of someone who's not breathing above ground. I mean, it's a good game, and you should try it.
Yeah, no, I mean, couldn't agree more. It's and it's also I think it helps. It's not like a super niche game. It's everybody knows Kirby. You don't even have to play video games and can at least just point out who Kirby is. You know what I mean? So
Oh
it's
yeah,
I like that it doesn't feel so unfamiliar. And even if you've never played a video game in your life, you've probably been around somebody that knows Kirby. You've heard the name. You can at least be like, oh, that pink guy. I mean, I think you could pick up, yeah, like you said, any age, young or old, probably show this to somebody that's 85 and just give them some basic controls, and they probably won't hate their life playing it the way that they might with other game Contra.
well,
It's just it's a good play.
well, with that though, I mean, even like you say, playing some of the new modern stuff, something in between we just catching up on, it's it's a good palate cleanser. I think like I say,
Yes.
it takes you back to enjoying playing video games. Having fun with it, which is part of I think what's important about it is just enjoying the fact that we playing a game to have fun.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean the game definitely it sits right with me. Palate cleanser is a great word to use. I've been, like I said earlier, a lot of Black Ops 6, and if you know the Call of Duty community, God, sometimes it pisses you off. So to just sit back and I mean genuinely just kick my feet up and play a game, not have to lock into the screen so hard and just chill out, sit back and play a game like this. So refreshing. I couldn't agree more. It's a nice glass of cold water on a hot day.
Absolutely.
So I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do here. We all know what time it is. It's the official VGR time of grading. I guess that was the worst way to put that. But the official ratings coming out. Let me see. Let me spin the wheel, flip the coin. Aiden, you're first. Let's get your thoughts. Do you hate it as much as I hated Contra? Or is this a great game to you? The way that Contra wasn't to anybody.
You know what? I really wanted to hate this game even more for what you did to Contra. I wanted to hate it. I wanted to be like, man, that son of a bitch. I'm gonna rate this a 2. Rate this a 1 because you gave Contra a 2. But I just can't. I mean, it's such. We got good music. It's like such a good feel to the game. The movement is smooth. The gameplay is fun. Soundtrack, the graphics, this cute little fun world. Literally the only knack I had it. I wish it was a little more difficult, but that's just I can't even knock the game for that because that's just a personal thing. So mixture of all that, uh, I didn't really have a number coming into this. I was kind of debating the whole time what I was the pinpoint thing. I usually have a number, but I want to go 8.7.
I like it. I like it. I can't be mad at that. I appreciate your work that you've done here for me. No, um, yeah, no, I like it. Larry, how you feel?
Well, I'm thinking here as Aiden's talking, I didn't come in this with a number either in my head, really. I just kind of wanted to wing it. I know I had some nostalgia for it, played it back in the day. It takes me back to that, but remind me again, um, it's a beautiful game, sounds good, feels good, doesn't have a whole lot of doesn't have a whole lot of flaws, doesn't have a whole lot of problems. Like I say, I still, I think for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it's been now, I've been trying to think of some reason to say this really pisses me off about this game, and I can't. Um, and even like I said, I might think myself, I might be lowballing myself on this, but I'm gonna go with like a 9.3.
Damn, yeah, no, I mean,
I
can't
mean, I know
can't
there's a
argue with that.
flaw. There's a flaw in there somewhere. I just don't know what it is, and I still don't think it's hit perfection. But man, it's really freaking close.
Yeah, yeah, I could agree. To add on really to what both you said, yeah, I mean, it's a great game of its time. It came in later for whatever reason. It came in later, like Larry mentioned before. Could have been, you just got your damn video games Nintendo system. I'm not buying you another one. Well, maybe for the better. If you got a chance to play this game in the moment, or if you came back to it. I mean, easy enough. I do get the gripe with Aiden saying it's a little more easy than you would like sometimes, but I mean, overall, I can't hate this game. I love it. Soundtrack, art, playthrough, feel of the game, atmosphere. It lands me at a 9.4. I've had that number in my head, 9.4 for me, and this officially has become the highest rated game on the channel so far, averaging out at a 9.1. So it seems like I, CJ, have picked the best game so far. Can we do better? Not with Aiden's picks, not coming in with Contra or
Hey,
anything like that.
Maybe Garfield the cat will do it, or Felix the cat, or whatever the fuck it is. Dumbass
Hey,
pick.
dude, all I'm saying is at the end of the season, we might have to give a little wrap up and might have to see who had the highest scores overall on the game. And then, maybe we can dive into looking to give you a little foresight, guys. Maybe we do who was the most critical, who was the most, most giving with their good scores, and who picked the best games according to the VGR metric.
Yeah, I will. I will. Well, stay tuned for that. But I will say, like this game, just to summarize what we all say, it's at the end of Nintendo. It's such a polished game for a Nintendo, especially overall. I mean, it almost felt ahead of its time. Just the way the boards, you have these mini games, like the feel of the game, how it played. It was just a great game. And for next week, what do we got, Larry?
Well, we're going to hit the genesis of a whole genre. The beginnings of the stealth genre, the classic Hideo Kojima Metal Gear, created for the
Mm-hmm.
MSX, but we're playing it for the NES. So we just get to mention Hideo Kojima's name because he had nothing to do with this. But we'll talk about more about that next week.
Yeah, no, excited to dive into that. Metal Gear is better than Plastic Gears and stuff like that, I would say. So hopefully a good experience. Can't be worse than Contra. Might not be as good as Kirby, but we're gonna give it we're gonna give it a try. For everybody listening, watching, whatever, you one thing you got to do after this episode, you got to give us a like. You gotta tell your friends and family that you met the Kirby. He's on the show. If they want to meet the Kirby, give us a watch. See Kirby playing Kirby, and two other people tagging along with them. Give us a share to them. Give us a follow on your favorite podcast listener. Give us a follow on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X. Whatever you want to call it. Go find us VGR Pod on YouTube and our other socials. And Larry, shoot us with the email and stuff if anybody wants to get a hold of us.
Well, like I said, we always want to hear from you guys. VGR pod at gmail.com. Do keep an eye out. Check us out on YouTube. We're going to throw in some extra content out there. We want you guys to be part of it. Get social with us. Help us out a little bit, please. Give us likes. Tell people. Comment on a video. Comment on a short. Comment on TikTok. We want to grow. We want to do more for you all. And like I say, check out the YouTube channel. There'll be something popping in there at some point. Maybe a little Contra-y, might be a little more Kirby. Who knows? We feel whatever we're into that week. But yeah, definitely let us know and reach out to us at vgrpod@gmail.com.
100%. So sounds like next week, next Thursday, we'll meet back and we're gonna get this Metal Gear taken care of. See what it's looking like.
Get your cardboard boxes out, people. We're going to be hiding.
Sounds good. So for now, we'll catch you next week. Reach out to us, give us your likes, follows, and shares. Until next time, this is CJ signing out. Next to me, Larry.
It's Larry, y'all. Be cool.
Deal from the building. Peace, guys.
Later.
Have a good night.